I used to think a good traveler was a prepared traveler. I used to have everything prepared from, of course, the detailed itinerary to all of the restaurants, even what I wanted to eat at the restaurant, to all of the excursions, every single detail planned out. But what I realized that planning like that doesn't leave room for adventure. We want to make sure we have enough adventure within there. So grab a smoothie or a cup of tea and join the conversation. Let's go. Whew. This is an interesting topic because a lot of times we want to be prepared for our trips, but sometimes we could take the fun out of it. Where is the surprises? Where are the surprises? So, as I'm getting closer to my next major adventure, I'm asking myself, how prepared do I actually need to be? And when do I need to let the experience take over? Because, yes, I've never been to Egypt. And yes, there are certain things I would like to see, but I need to make sure that I soak it all in, right? So being prepared to me now, and it has changed a little bit, is at least maybe learning a few phrases or words. And I got that idea from someone that travels a lot internationally. I think it just shows that you are attempting to connect and communicate. And I'm sure a lot of places do actually speak, people do speak English, but I think it just feels warm and fuzzy and I've learned that when we traveled to Kigali, Rwanda, when we learned a few things and they were just like, oh, okay. But then some would start just speaking more and just like, oh, I don't know anything else. But it's just good to know. But when you think about it, being prepared, I think the way I used to prepare it, I just didn't want to miss out. I thought I might be missing out on things or I might forget something, forget to include something, or two, maybe just trying to be in control of the fun, just making sure everybody has a good time. And we don't have to put that responsibility on ourselves. It's not up to us to make sure that everyone has a good time because you could do all of the planning and everything, and still someone may have something to gripe about, right? So you can't really control every little detail, all right? So this is something I want to talk about. So whenever I would start, and you may do this too, and there's nothing wrong with researching. You want to make sure you research the country or the place just to see what kind of area it is. You want to make sure that, you know, have something, at least know what they offer as far as with different excursions and things like that. You don't want to just go there and like, oh, I'm not prepared for that. Because you may want to pack a certain, swimsuit, or you may want to pack certain items to just make sure that potentially, if you decide to go, you'll have that. And then, of course, you do want to, even though you don't have to plan everything to the T. You want to make sure you know what kind of food they have, right? Just in case if you have some food restrictions, food sensitivities, you want to know how to maneuver through that area to make sure that you get the food that you need as well. And the customs too. You want to be respectful because a lot of things that we do in where we are might be different than what people do in another city or another state or another country. You don't want to, come across offensive or anything like that. And then just making sure that you have some money. You want to make sure you do plan for some money. You don't want to spend all the money on the actual trip and not have money to enjoy. buying a souvenir or buying something that you probably couldn't get anywhere else. So just things like that. And I'm trying to think about this for a second. So just in the past, like how far would I actually research a trip? Usually, once I know that I potentially may be going somewhere, I may just start looking up a few things just to see and get excited. With this particular trip, we started a year ago. And so, really, I just I didn't do as much detail. I mean, of course, the money, making sure I had all that. But I did try to watch a few videos so I could see what was going on. Now we have YouTube, so people do a great job of, making a whole vlog of their travel and seeing, oh, because there's a particular camera that we found just by watching a video. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea to do that. Some people may hire a photographer or things like that. We haven't got to that place yet, but that sounds so exciting to do. That way you wouldn't have to be in control of everything, but you still want to make sure you get your own. There's certain things that you want to personally make sure you take pictures of. But there's no rhyme or reason of or set in stone way that you need to plan so far in advance that you don't allow yourself for the surprises. So I started asking this question here. Did I get my money's worth? That's one thing I was thinking about. I think that's why a lot of times I would be making sure I had everything down to the T because I wanted to make sure that I had got my money's worth. I mean, I think really in itself, when you decide to go, you should believe already that you're going to get your money's worth because you carved out the time and the money to actually want to do that travel, right? So this hits back home again. Was I prepared for the experience or trying to control the experience? And I think it was a little bit of both. Of course, I said I wanted to be prepared, but I was trying to control that so I can make sure that myself included, everyone had a great time. And as I've gotten older, we can't always control every single thing. So hopefully that will encourage you today. Today, my beverage of choice is warm lemon water with lime or warm water with lime. I don't have lemon today. So it is early in the morning. You have to do these a little bit. No, sometimes my face itches on the side in the morning. I don't know, maybe it's just still waking up. I'm finding myself, I scratch my face. It's early. It's early as I am talking to you right now. Most likely you'll get this when it's a little later, but it's funny just on this journey, just learning different things about myself and recording videos and different things like that. So, what happens when plans change? Do you get really upset when plans change? Do you, just is it your entire day ruined? It used to be whenever plans would change for me that I would get a little antsy. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, let me look at my thing. We were supposed to do this at this time. It puts your body in a low level stress response. And as midlifers, we want to make sure we bring that down. We want our cortisol levels to be lower. We don't want to be all frantic all the time because we want to try to do something to make sure our hormones stay somewhat level, if that's a thing. It's like, we can be all over the place sometimes. But I used to like kind of, And then I started, okay, let me just dial it back a little bit and just kind of enjoy this moment. And specifically food. If it's a restaurant I wanted to go to, yeah, I'm like, "Ugh, I didn't go to that restaurant. I wanted to go. But knowing that everything happens for a reason, you know, after all the sulking was over, I was okay. I was okay. So we got to learn to adapt to the different changes in our lives. That's one thing that I'm learning to more and more each trip that I take. So I'll tell you that everything is not an emergency. A lot of times we can treat that as an emergency and our body feels it. So we have to take everything. It's like, okay, I'm doing this. However, allow room for interruptions because life is full of interruptions. And if we allow just a little bit, I think we'll be a little bit okay, a little better, right? A little bit, maybe. And let me tell you just about my personality. In my household, I am the one that is the planner. Everyone else is kind of like, you know. So it's like I felt like I had to do all the things. But when I sat back and like, how about you do it this time? Well, I don't know. Well, just go for it. Or what if it's not good? It doesn't matter. It's let's let's try it. Sometimes it worked out, I'll just be honest, sometimes it's like, I don't like that idea. But we have to allow people in our life to be a part. We can't just be in control of everything. Allow them to be a part. And then that's how they learn. That's how they learn how to do different things and learn what worked and what didn't work. And then learn, oh, maybe I should have looked more at the reviews, or maybe I should have done this. Because even still, sometimes you can something can have the best reviews and it still could be just not good. We've experienced that too. It's like I thought they had 4.5 stars. It sucks. We have to remember everybody's is different point of views to everything. So it's not going to come out perfect. So we have to keep that in mind also. So one changed thing can sometimes alter that mood, but you have to step back and realize if that one change really alters your mood, like what are you really telling yourself? That you're going to allow one thing to alter, it's controlling you instead of you always controlling the thing. Look at turn around. That thing is actually controlling you. So we have to weigh that thing. We have to wait and say, okay, I'm not going to allow that to control me. We shouldn't allow something small to control us like that. And my rabbit is in the curtains today. He finds something to get into. It seems like it. Maybe he doesn't want me to go live or do the video. This isn't live, but I digress. So let me take a drink to that while he's twirling around, whatever. All right. So I'm going to use this example regarding a cruise that I took. And what really changed this for me was the actual cruise because for years I was like this. But when I went on a cruise, and I think I may have shared this briefly about going on a cruise, the last cruise that I went on, we had, they give us an itinerary of things we can do, but it wasn't set in stone. I didn't say we're gonna go here, 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 here. There were a few things that people wanted to do. I'm like, what would you like to do? and just allowed things to happen. Now, we tried to make sure a little bit that we planned our food, but if that didn't happen either, hey, it was okay. But just having that, a more relaxed flow on a trip, it was gold. It was exciting. It gave me less anxiety, and I was excited just to see what was next, what other surprises could happen. I even got the chance to go to the gym, at a gym, and do some fitness videos. So I was really into having like a lot of fitness videos during that time. I was posting those because I was actively coaching group fitness and everything, personal training. And so I actually got to just kind of wing it and do things that I didn't expect to do. Of course, I always come prepared with my clothing, just in case. It's like we might go on a walk, make sure I got some, gym clothes, make sure I have a nice dress. So those are main things that you should do anyway. But it was just fun just to see. And then I got to go to a yoga class. Didn't even plan that, but that was fun. So I was like, you never know what can come about when you just kind of pull back and relax, you know? So I don't know. I have a note here as a reminder about time. So whenever you take a pause sometimes and you sit and kind of like relax into the vacation, time kind of like just stand still for that moment because you're actually being present in that moment. You're actually taking the time to enjoy the vacation, to enjoy the experience. And as we get older, we want to learn how to enjoy every moment that we have. The first half of life may have been full sprint. The second half, we're taking notice of things that we may have missed along the way. And maybe some things we can reconnect with, maybe others we can't, but we have the lesson from it on how to maneuver through life in the next phase, right? And just in case you haven't, this is the Midlife Time Traveler. I welcome you to subscribe to this channel. We are reclaiming our time, our energy, our talent, and we're rediscovering what we want to do in the next chapter of our life. Things may already be there, things that you want to do, but maybe you have kind of swept it under the rug. But here's the time to regroup and begin again. So at the Midlife Time Traveler. All right, so we're not going yet. All right, so I'm realizing that even the way I travel is becoming part of that next chapter. It's becoming part of that next chapter. What changed? I could breathe. You ever felt like you were just always tight? A lot of times you get like some little soreness here because I was told that we carry everything here. But when you start to relax, it kind of smooths out a little bit, right? You don't feel as tense, you know? So when I actually started relaxing, I could enjoy my food. So I don't know if you are familiar with mindful eating, and I'm not going to get into a whole mindful eating thing. If you're interested in that, leave a message, leave me a comment, because I do have a whole little write up about mindful eating and also meditation if that's something you're interested in. But mindful eating, starting to take notice. Notice what you notice. So when we're in a hurry on our adventures, we don't have time to really take time to notice what we notice. But when we actually take the time to sit for a meal, I'm like, wow, look at this, all the colors and all the smells. And you look around, people are just, talking and just enjoying the experience. And then you start, let's take that bite. Oh, this is delicious. Like, oh, is that cilantro? Is that cumin? What is that? Oh, this is fresh. When I started relaxing, I could really enjoy my food and really be in the moment. Of course, making sure I take a little picture to savor that memory. But your digestion, to me, I say my digestion feels a little bit. Don't take my word for that. Always do your own research regarding digesting food and all that. But for my body, I can tell that it goes down better when I actually take the time instead of scarfing it down. My food, it goes down better. Even just spending time sitting, I can be reminding of the last cruise that we went on and just sitting and just enjoying. And guess what? I'll get to go on a Nile cruise. I am so excited. The Nile River, that's something you hear about in like sacred texts and everything, scriptures. And I am so excited about just sitting there and just taking it all in. Like, this is stuff that I learned about for years, and I'm experiencing this. So I want to make sure I take it all in. Just, we have the itinerary. Yes, there's places that we want to go. Yes. But taking that time to just enjoy the breeze, the water. I heard it's hot over there. It's hot. It's hot. So any breeze we can get, I think it'll be beneficial. Hey, you know what? I am not gonna feel what's the saying, older saying, no ways tired. I'm not gonna be feeling guilty about taking time to just sit and do nothing. There is a time in your adventures where you need to sit and just enjoy being, enjoy your state of being. Oh gosh. So, one thing, I didn't stop planning. I stopped requiring the trip to obey my plans. Like, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do. Being a dictator on a trip, nobody likes that person. They're like, get away from me. Like, I don't want to do that. Taking kids. I don't know if you've ever traveled with children, traveling with kids at a younger age. No, I want to go. No. Adults are the same way. People will become resistant if you start controlling every single thing. So let's relax a bit and enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy the journey. All right. So old me, more planning equaled better experience. But I am learning that enough planning and flexibility leaves room for experience. So enough planning and some flexibility, leaving that wiggle room. We've talked about buffers before in the sense of money, but I'm also referring to a buffer as far as that time for things that come up, things that are unexpected, things that you like, oh, maybe I'll go. Yeah, yeah, you have that extra time. You have that extra flexibility to actually decide if you want to add something else, if you want to do that detour instead of doing that other thing. So, detailed planning wasn't always helping me experience more. Sometimes it was helping me feel more in control. And I mentioned that before. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But at what point does my need to control the experience prevent me from experiencing it? At what point? And I've been talking about that. That's the defining line. That's the defining line. Again, Nothing's going to fall through the cracks. Nothing's going to fall through the cracks. It's okay. It's okay. Give yourself permission to relax and just be. Also, you can delegate. Delegate some of that planning to someone else. You don't have to be, even though you're used to planning, some of the other things you can delegate to someone else and have them do it. I think this whole entire thing is about personal development. Everything we talked before about life lessons, life is our teacher. I think too, even with planning vacations, adventures, and how we plan and how we progress through in our actions and our reactions, it's teaching us how to grow through. And it's showing us different parts of our life where we need to make an adjustment, where we need some more growth to be a better version of ourselves and to learn that everything, we cannot control everything. And it's okay to let go and not worry about everything falling apart. Yeah. All right. So, my test again, like I've mentioned, this is my test. this this trip, because this is again, I had a test in Rwanda, my cruise, my most recent cruise is a couple of years ago, but it's been a while since we have taken a huge trip. And so here we go again. Let's see. I've never been to this place. Let's see how it goes. I do have an itinerary, of course, like I mentioned before, and I have not been in detail planning every single thing. Oh, no, I have not. I did plan my clothes though. I got my clothes. I did make sure I have, because I'll tell you this trip, it's like, okay, so, you see all the pictures and everything. You take a little sip because I got a little, you see all the pictures. You see some people are more conservative dressed and then some are not. But overall, I know this area is a little bit more conservative. So I want to make sure I have some things that are, I mean, it's not like whatever, we're not going there, the clothing, but making sure I have things that, and head coverings, I have like scarves and things like that for going to different places. So I'm prepared for all of that. Just making sure my shoes, a lot of walking. I was like, I didn't want to like just go and buy a whole another shoe collection. I did buy a few sandals because I don't have a lot of that are like really comfortable. But sneakers, I already have some. So if they come back looking like dust busters, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We're not, because the ones I have are very comfy. So I'd rather have those broken in. I know I can walk far in those. I don't have to worry about it. All right. So, but there's still one big thing I'll tell you that I am making sure I clean out my phone. I didn't realize I had so many pictures and videos. Oh, just things I use it as my photo album. Like I need to get back into a traditional photo album. Remember those where you could just actually flip through? I mean, they have digital ones also, but I was making sure I have all the phone cleared out, plenty of space. I have a backup, making sure we have everything charged. We have all the chargers. I'm still wondering, maybe you can help me out. Should I get a phone fan? I've seen those. I'm not sure if that's if I should, if it works, I guess. I mean, I heard your phone could overheat, but is a phone fan really necessary? Hmm, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Let me know if that's something you think I should get. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right. What's interesting is that I'm starting to notice outside of travel, I'm not feeling every open space in my weekend anymore. And I've mentioned that before, that I'm making sure not only for these travel adventures, I'm making sure that when I'm here and I'm going local places, that I'm not filling every little space, allowing that flexibility, that buffer to enjoy my weekends, to enjoy the weekdays. And so I'm making sure, and it doesn't mean that I'm just constantly scrolling because I had to put limits on that as well. But I'm leaving time for those things that are unexpected, unexpected adventures, I would say. Just like before, I shared a video. It's been a while before, and I'll have to include the video. Let me make a note of that so I remember. Um, it was music playing at the grocery store. Now, it was my child's birthday. The next day, I was going to get some little things, and I had stopped just to listen to the music, and it was breathtaking. And I'm so glad. And I think you need to hear that too. So I'll include that video. And I so enjoyed it. So I don't want to travel 1,000 miles just to spend the entire experience checking boxes on my itinerary. I want to actually be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. Enjoy every moment. So here's my question for you. What kind of traveler are you? Do you want every detail planned before you leave, or do you prefer to figure things out when you get there? So, what kind of traveler are you? Okay. And has the way you travel changed since you've gotten older? Has it changed now that you are over 40? So I want to make sure, think about that. I want you to get that in. And if you would like to share, I would love for you to share in the comments what type of traveler you are and if it's changed since you've been over 40. So if you are navigating your own next chapter and you're learning to leave a little room for that unexpected, I invite you to subscribe to the Midlife Time Traveler YouTube channel. We are figuring this thing out one step at a time. I am documenting in real time my next chapter, and I would love for you to come along and be a part of this journey. We are reclaiming our time, our talent, our energy, and just rediscovering what that next chapter might look like. So, at the Midlife Time Traveler. So, until next time, while you have the day, make the most of today. Bye for now. Today is a lovely day.